So, Asterians, these are a race unique to the Warpath universe, and they have been around since the core book, and they've had an update quite recently, so there's not a lot changed in Deadzone Outbreak if you saw the free PDF for the Asterians that was released about a year ago. But if you hadn't, and you've only got the core book, then we've got a few other models we'll just talk about. They haven't changed that much since that PDF, but a few points rebalancing, but nothing too much. So there are two new leaders for them. There is the Black Talon Prime, and there is a Kalishi Dervish. So these are both new and interesting leaders for quite specialised troops within the Asterian list. So the Kalishi are very close combat, sort of knife-wielding, bow-armed, savage psychopaths. Yeah. Really incredibly good in combat, very, very fast.
Regularly beat up my Teratons.
yeah, they can. They can take down a Teraton. They're one of the strongest models, obviously. Pretty much 80% of the time, I think they take one down. Yeah, you've got to be careful if you've got Teratons. Yeah, they are excellent. And Black Talons are incredibly good as well. They're brilliant shooters. They've got each one of them comes with a an energy shield, so they can stay alive relatively well. And so each of those has a new leader specific to them, and that's the idea is that you sort of build your faction, your strike team, sorry, with sort of an emphasis on Kalishi, because the Kalishi Dervish's splat certainly works very well on Kalishi.
But it does work with Black Talons because they're sort of a jack of all trades.
Yes, the Black Talon Prime works with anybody.
No, I'm saying the Kalishi splat would.
Yeah, it would, yeah. I mean, you have to win a fight though, so that's not as easy, except with Kalishi. So. And the Black Talon Prime, again, his splat works on sort of boosting ciphers and Black Talons, so again encourages a shooty sort of list. Apart from them, the only other sort of new addition really is that there's now a Cypher Warden. So this is the sort of close combat version of a Cypher. So these are the they're AI controlled, aren't they? So the Asterians themselves are up in a ship in high orbit, and they're controlling these ciphers almost.
So like bipedal combat drones.
Yeah, effectively, but a bit quite reactive. So it's a one-for-one thing. So there's one Asterian controlling one cipher. And these are the more close combat ones. Got a very short range weapon. The key thing for them is that they're only one victory point each, so them dying is not so many points given away. So they're very good for grabbing objectives and pushing people off objectives because their weapons have knockback.
They're very, very good actually.
Yeah, aren't they? Yeah. And the final thing that's new for the Asterians is the support drone. So these come on the marionette sprue, plastic sprue that Mantic produce. And these are a bit like their weapons platforms, but less combat orientated and cheaper.
Worth taking. But
definitely worth taking, because they actually open up a lot of different opportunities. So you can have a shooty one, which just shoots at you, which is fine. Or you can have one that has a cloaking device, makes it more difficult for models to shoot you around. Why are you shaking your head? You don't like these ones?
No, it's the one that you're about to say.
Which one do you like? Come on, Ross.
You can have one that gives you an extra activation dice.
Yes, so that's the communications relay. So that's the comms drone. That gives you an extra extra command dice, but can only be used for activations. So that one is really good because it deals with one of the problems that Asterians usually have, which is a small number of models in their strike team. So by having an extra activation, you can reuse your models, well not reuse, sorry, but you can use your models more effectively to sort of control the pace of that round.
Basically what happens is he makes you move most of your models first, and then you'll have one left and you'll think, and he'll go, oh, and I've got that extra activation dice, I'm still going first!
And you get the initiative for the next round. So that way of playing, or of course if your opponent has sort of exposed something, you've got two guys now that you can automatically, without even having anything on your other command dice, you can use one and use that free extra activation to take out another model or take an advantage. The other thing that comms relay also does is that it counts as Tactician 1, and that's really important because if you've got a normal leader of say a Cypher Prime or something like that, you can be a bit more aggressive with him now, because if he dies, your Tactician 1 on your drone then kicks in and keeps giving you that extra Tactician dice, extra command dice, sorry, for the round. So you could be a little bit more aggressive with your Kalishi, for instance, or your Black Talon Prime or your Cypher Prime, which is quite good because again, two of those, particularly the Kalishi and the Cypher Prime, want to get into combat, but actually part of you doesn't want to take them into combat because then when they're dead, then you lose your extra command.
Especially the Black Talon Prime, because it is so squishy being vulnerable.
Yeah,
but you don't mind when you've got that, so it sits on objectives or hides and still gives you the stupid tactician dice. And an additional move. Activation if you take that.
Yeah, so that's a really good model, I think. So again, I think it's an interesting way to change up the way that you play with your Asterians. So yeah, have a look at the Asterians, try them out, and I'm sure you'll enjoy them. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.